Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Paul, and in this video we're breaking down the Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 5. We're past the halfway point, and the episode's filled with Easter eggs, hidden details, and a lot of things that we need to talk about. Throughout it, we're going to be recapping the plot, pointing out all the things you might have missed, and also giving our theories on what's going to happen in the future. Directed by Pete Ramsey, you might know him as being behind Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and he definitely brings a lot with him in his first trip to a galaxy far, far away. Now, for the last couple of weeks, the creative team have been talking about just how much of a differentiation this episode is from your typical entry. The season has really been trying new things, and just in the same way we had that big Dr. Pershing episode that everyone loved, we now have something else to talk about. Will it divide fans? Will people enjoy it? Well, it's Star Wars, so probably the former. But we're going to find out, and if you enjoy the video, then please hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe for breakdowns like this every day. We don't have a sponsor this week, so instead, time for a joke. Why did the Mandalorian win the race? Because he had the best car. Come on, that was a good one. That was a good one. Start the video on a high note. Anyway, if you're still here after that, then last time we saw Bo getting integrated further into the clan, with her becoming the hunting party leader and also getting a new sigil. Along with the Night Owl crest, she now wore the mythosaur, showing how she's starting to align more with the more religious side of the Mandalorians. We have many different aspects in the different clans, with some believing that the prophecies will come true, whilst others think it's a lot of heavy spoiled your pants. I think that Bo's likely manoeuvring her way to once more become the Queen of Mandalore, and we will talk later in the video about some of the things that the creative team have said about what's coming. Now, shoutouts to Ryan Airy, bloody Ryan Airy.
Shut the f*** up, Ryan Airy!
But he pointed out in his last breakdown that they've added in a Mandalorian helmet to the beginning of the Disney Plus Star Wars logo. Many people thought this might be Mando, but he pointed out that this is shown in a red light, and this denotes that it's actually a villain. I actually think this might belong to Moff Gideon, and Gideon might even end up in full Mandalorian armor by the end of the season, which is a big huge time. Now, he could end up attempting to get the Darksaber back, and would then try and rule Mandalore much in the same way that Darth Maul did. Anyway, that takes us into Chapter 5, which comes in at 43 minutes, with the usual 42 minutes of credits and intros. Titled The Pirate, this is obviously about Captain Gorian and his crew, however, it could be a reference to Greef, who too used to be one. The titles of the entries always have these double meanings, with the convert potentially talking about Pershing, but it also referenced Kane, and Bo, who had changed after seeing the mythosaur. Now we begin on Nevarro and start off with a close-up of the dismantled IG-11, foreshadowing some of the things that happen in this entry. Greef overlooks a construction map, and he asks where the rail spur is, which is a nod to the in-universe tracks that we use to transport cargo and goods. The Kelanon spur hyperlane was one that existed in the Outer Rim, and it allowed safe travel throughout those parts of the galaxy. We also know that Nevarro is filled with dragons and the like, so it makes sense that my man would have some health and safety concerns after seeing them himself. However, the planet's ruined by the arrival of pirates, namely Captain Gorian, who's come to collect over what happened with the pirates in Episode 1. Greef excuses his actions by saying that Vane shot first, which might be a little nod to the Han Solo Greedo debate. That's been going on for decades in the galaxy, and in case you don't know, the various versions of A New Hope that have been released over the airs all have had either Han or Greedo shooting first because Lucas couldn't decide what to do. He didn't really know how he wanted to introduce Han, and he even added a little artificial dodge which makes Han look like a Jedi. However, I still personally rock with the original, in which he hit him first time. This makes Han seem more ruthless and like a badass, which Greef is trying to avoid doing by saying that Vane shot first. Went back and watched the scene, and Vane did draw first, though Greef managed to get his gun off quicker, meaning #Greef shot first. Now Vane is another character who pops up in this entry, and the Nikto pirate goes running with his tail between his legs. Natives of the planet Katan, Niktos are divided into 3 subspecies, with there being red, green, and orange Niktos. Primarily hired by the Hutt clan to be enforcers during the Clone Wars, this species is slowly slotted into a life of crime where they carry out nefarious deeds across the galaxy. Now Vane is played by Marty Matulis, and he's an underling of Captain Gorian Shard, or as I call him, Old Greg. Anyway, Gorian is played by Nonzo Anozie, who you may remember from Game of Thrones and also Sweet Tooth. We don't know too much about Captain Shard, but we do know that some of his treasure was used by Greef to build the cantina. Thus, he's in the pocket of these gangsters and pirates, and though the guy looks like a piece of seaweed with a face, he's not gonna draw a line in the sand over this.
Ha ha!
Now, Greef says that the planet's under the protection of the New Republic, but we find out that's a f***ing lie. No longer looked after by Moff Gideon either, it's now an independent planet, which means that the High Magistrates like Greef have to police it themselves. He does bring up the Spinwood Patrol though, and this is potentially named after the Spinwood sector from the Outer Rim. Gorian laughs us down, saying that the Republic can't even protect the Midrim, and it shows how useless that the New Republic are. The tiny groups of rebels that we saw in the original saga were tasked with running the entire galaxy, whereas in the past the governments had been able to lean on the Jedi, here they're almost extinct. This fractured government was what allowed the First Order to rise up against them, as they simply didn't have the manpower or resources to protect the galaxy like it needed. Gorian also talks about how it's not like a game of Sabacc, which is a card game that we've seen at numerous points in Star Wars. A little quick theory. So I was looking at the Mandalorian show as a whole, and I think it would be a neat little twist if it turned out that Greef Karga was somewhat the villain. Not going to spend ages talking about it, but it's a comment I saw pop up on our episode 1 breakdown. I think that would be an alright little reveal. Not sure who said it, but if it was you, then make sure you give yourself a pat on the back, like it's the like button, and thanks for all your support, mate.
Well, what do you expect? You're my #1
subscriber. Greef, of course, started off as somewhat of a villain in the first season, and that also showed that he was willing to switch sides at a moment's notice if the situation called for it. He's clearly played his cards right in Nevarro as well, and navigated his way to the top. Pirates are hated by both the Empire and New Republic, so he could still keep that up, and we know that he's had dealings with them in the past that's kind of led to this situation. Might be a load of shit, but yeah, I thought it was worth talking about that comment, and also thanking you for sending it, because it was you who sent it, wasn't it? Exactly you. And that ends, you done, time after time. Anyway, he tells Greef not to hail him again unless he surrenders, and begins to rain fire down on the location like Thanos' ship in Endgame. Nice little touch here is that the droid comes in calling Greef the High Magistrate, which Greef corrected him about in episode 1 when he didn't use the word high. They send out a directive and get people to retreat to the lava flats, which we've seen pop up at numerous points when we visit this planet. We also see the ivory droid once more, and this is used as a symbol of wealth and prosperity. Now, though the New Republic took a lot of focus in this opening conversation, I wasn't actually expecting us to visit them like we do in this entry. We travel out to one of their bases, and here we can catch a Y-Wing whilst an X-Wing takes off. As the Y-Wing lands, we can also see the tip of an X-Wing in the bottom left corner, and this is covered with a camo mesh so that it's harder for bombers to spot. There's psychedelic music used, and a lot of flashes, for me at least, of Full Metal Jacket and Apocalypse Now. Not the whole war scenes, more the party Vietnam style scene showing what life might have been like for soldiers in the camps. Everyone is just hanging out, playing the Star Wars equivalent of pool, and just chilling. We even see an elderly woman showing how lax life is in the Republic now, and that they don't really need the best of the best of the best, sir. They just need people filling jobs. Saying that though, she must be pretty fast, because in one shot she's standing with that calamari guy, and in the next shot, she's sat over at this table, moves faster than Han Solo, and at the bar we catch Captain Carson. Now you might notice that there's a badge on Captain Carson that has the face of a Rancor on it. I'm guessing this is possibly connected to Boba Fett, who ended up riding one at the end of his solo show. We saw in episode 2 how much Tatooine had changed, and it's possible that under his rule, it's become more connected to the Republic rather than being the hive of scum and villainy that it once was. He of course helped out on Nevarro, and we get a message from Carson that riffs on the only Hope one that Leia sent out to Obi-Wan. He's then joined by Lasat, and you might recognise his species as being the same one that Cal Kestis' master belonged to in the game Fallen Order. Now this is actually a big Rebels character making their live-action debut, and if you watch their show then you'll likely recognise this as Zeb. This is confirmed by the credits, and my boy Zeb, he's making it a live-action, he's killing it. Tiva wants to forward the message to Coruscant, but the Lasat hammers home the idea of just how swamped the planet is. Again, the hands are too tied up in running things that they're unable to run things. From here he travels to the building that we saw Dr. Pershing working at, and we can also catch Kane working there as a spy still. I love how you can see her spying on the meeting, and you might also notice her standing behind the glass as they're chatting away. She then enters trying to put herself forward for it, and with her wanting to do this, it makes me think she's got ulterior motives. Gideon and Nevarro still being independent, the Republic is pushing them to the back of the queue. He brings up how he heard Moff Gideon didn't make it to the trial, and this builds off the back of the chatter that the amnesty officers said in episode 3. Now, Moff Gideon was first introduced all the way back in the first season, and though we don't know his entire backstory, we do have some bits about his early life that we know. Gideon was actually an officer who worked for the ISB, which is an organization that we've seen in shows like Andor. Gideon has had a major grudge against the Mandalorians for a long time, and he actually helped to carry out the Great Purge that killed them in their millions. This is also when he came into possession of the Darksaber, having beaten Bo in single combat. In 9ABY, he attained the rank of Moff and actually faked an execution for war crimes so that he could fly in the Republic radar. Clearly, faking his death is something that he's done before, and with rumours once more circulating that he never made it to trial, he clearly used something like this again to escape persecution. Leading remnants of the Empire, he tasked the client with getting his hands on Grogu, and though we don't know why this is yet, I think we have enough at this point to fill in the blanks that they were getting Palpatine to somehow Palpatine returned. I think Kane might secretly be a triple agent working for him, and she could have punished Pershing as an act of revenge for the fact he betrayed Gideon. Pershing was the one who gave up the Moff's location in Season 2, so this might be a plan for him. Later on we find out that he was rescued by Mandalorians, and this could have been done because they saw him as a leader due to him wielding the Darksaber. However, due to him carrying out the Purge, they may have been wanting to enact their own justice, and they could have captured him themselves to subject him to a fate worse than death. Like watching a Ryan Airy video, hey, haven't that?
Shut the f*** up, Ryan Airy!
Now, to be fair, his videos are a lot better than mine, to be fair. Now, who does number 2 work for? Well, that's likely Thrawn, who will potentially at least be name-dropped in this series again. First mentioned back in the Ahsoka episode in Season 2, her solo series will probably follow her continuing the hunt for him. The canon is kind of all over the place for him, as he's a character who was in the saga before and after the Disney acquisition. However, we've actually done a full breakdown on him if you want to check it out, but if you're too lazy for that, then here's the cliff notes. So he's called Kivu Ronuru, which was shortened to Thrawn because no one could be asked spell checking that every time they wrote a novel with the character. Anyway, he became an officer of the Chiss Academy and quickly rose through the ranks because of his ruthless and strategic mind. Curious about what the rest of the galaxy entailed, he travelled out to other parts of space, which is where he came across Anakin Skywalker. He aided him in finding Padme one time, and he fought alongside Thrawn during several of the Clone Wars conflicts. He also eventually met the Emperor, who was impressed by the fact Thrawn thought that democracy was a stupid way to rule, and also because he listened to his story about Darth Plagueis the Wise for like 45 days in a row. Now he also joined the Galactic Empire and the Royal Imperial Academy, eventually becoming the Grand Admiral of his 7th Fleet. He sort of controlled people like Gideon behind the scenes, and in the wake of its destruction, he's used his pawns to try and gain power however they can. That potentially includes Mandalore, which at this moment is ripe for the taking. Now Mando calls together the group to sell them on the idea that they need to help Greef. We of course first met the children back on Nevarro in episode 1, and this was their home at one point. Mando also brings up the land that Greef offered him in the first episode of this season, and this plot could potentially become their new place of residence. We of course have many people wanting to return to Mandalore, but I've banged on about it loads of times, and personally, I don't think that it's worth saving. Now it is important to also bear in mind that those who take the position of the speaker also have to take the armorer's hammer, and this shows who the true leader of them is. Last week she talked about how the Forge was a very symbolic thing in Mandalorian culture, and how it represented how they themselves were forged in Beskar. The hammer is an important part of this as well, and it allows the Beskar to be moulded and crafted. Now, Paz Vizsla primarily doesn't seem like he wants to help because his people were killed by Greef, who was working with the Imps at the time. Paz has very much been your Iceman in the first Top Gun movie, and he's basically the guy who's part of the team, giving Mando a tough time. However, he does the usual thing of being like, I think he's a dickhead, mate, but he's the only dickhead we've got.
You son of a bitch.
After saving his son, Paz owes them a debt, and he says that they all need to mount up and launch an assault on the planet. It leads into a brilliant action planning scene in which they Top Gun Maverick the job, and also talk about how they're going to hit things up. Once upon a time, the Mandalorians had to hide out on Nevarro, but now they're returning as heroes in order to save the day. Now we see just how tough life has got on the planet, and also revisit a location from the first season. This slit window is where Mando and co hit out against Gideon, and I love how we've seen the city at several states throughout the show. Now at a cantina or a bar or something, you also see several Weequay and an Aqualish, which is the same species as Ponda Baba. On Corian's ship, we can also catch an Ugnaught as well, which is the same species as Queel was. Now, the ships are sent out, and these once more look like R-41 Star Chasers. It leads to a big aerial battle with Vane getting involved. Basically reminded me a lot of Star Fox or Lilac Wars, It was called that in England, but Star Fox in America, I think. Anyway, we had the bad guys talking trash over the comms in that whilst you blasted them through the sky, and there's a similar aesthetic used throughout this part. Now the children of the Watch drop in, and this is similar to how the Death Watch rescued Din as a child. You also catch the Anzellans again, and behind them you can slightly make out IG-11, which they're still working on. As Mando leads the fighters away, we see the Gauntlet arrive, and Bo's ship massively outmatches Gorian's in terms of speed and firepower. Little bit of symbolism here, but we can catch one of the pirates hiding behind the stone stormtrooper helmets that we used as the base for the IG-11 tribute. Metaphorically, this shows how in the shadows of the Empire that these pirates have risen up. Or I'm just talking out my arse again. Anyway, it leads to a big courtyard battle, with the Mandalorians busting out some of the moves that we saw them practicing on the beach last week. When all seems lost, Paz comes in and uses the minigun, giving us a scene that echoes the Nevarro escape from the first season. There's not too many Easter eggs in this scene because it's pretty action heavy, but it was very nice seeing another big Star Wars battle across air and land. For a TV show, this series is knocking it out of the park, and it's crazy when you compare the quality of this to the level we tend to get with the MCU shows. Anyway, the pirates place a mounted gun in Greef's office, but it doesn't last too long as the armourer arrives and bests them all. That's your time, Simone. Now there's also been theories floating around that the armourer could be revealed to be Rook Kast. This was a Mandalorian warrior who led the Shadow Collective Super Commando group during the Clone Wars alongside Darth Maul. The followers of Maul wore spikes on their helmets, and this is similar to his species, which comes from Dathomir. This is something that we also see the armourer wearing, and she has the same sort of colours as Rook Kast wore during that time. Now Kast would also be looking for redemption due to what she did in her time with Darth Maul. She participated in the Siege of Mandalore against Ahsoka Tano, but was eventually captured by Bo-Katan. I don't know if it rules it out her aiding Bo, but it could actually lead to somewhat finding redemption in her life. Anyway, that's theory time, until the end of time. Now Vane makes a break for it, and I'm guessing that we're gonna see him again. Gorian takes control of the ship, and I love how this has a wheel similar to an actual pirate ship. He turns the guns to the town, but Mando and Bo take him out before he's able to wreak more havoc. He comes crashing down at the lava flats. It seems like everything's gonna be okay. Greef welcomes them back to the planet, and as High Magistrate, he gives them a large chunk of land. I think that this will likely become where they settle eventually, but the allure of Mandalore and the mythosaurs will probably call them back. The armourer then calls Bo, and we find her at the underground forge that we met her at in the first entry. The pair reminisce over the Great Forge of Mandalore and how the one on Nevarro mirrors the larger one on the planet. Though that's been lost, these memories of it still remain, and they've been carried on in smaller ways. This is also mirrored in the Mandalorians themselves, and much in the same way that the forge can be reclaimed, the planet can be too. Now the armourer gets Bo to remove her helmet, which, as we know, breaks the rules. First rule of Don't Remove Your Helmet Club, though, is that you can remove your helmet if the situation calls for it. The armourer says that she believes Bo saw the mythosaur, and though she humoured her last time, it's clear that she sees more in her. She realises that because Bo has walked both worlds, that she can unite them all and show them a new way. This is the way. Now, we've talked about the history of Mandalore before, and how many civil wars have racked the planet. The armourer sees Bo as being the new way, but this could lead to some infighting again, because we have Mando who wields the Darksaber, and he's just got to the point of being back to square one when it comes to helmets. The thing with the Mandalorians is that they just can't stop fighting each other, and I think that the sides may become divided again with us having these two leaders. Now out in space, Tiva tracks down a shuttle which has been repurposed to transport New Republic prisoners. He scans the area, and I love how this little periscope detaches from the astromech droid. It looks over the ship, and I think this might have been a nod to the opening of Aliens, which has a similar shot to what's used here. Also, we've just done a 48-minute breakdown on Aliens, very in-depth. It's the best breakdown on the film. I'm putting it out there, so definitely go check that out right after this. Now, this to me could go one of two ways. Either they took him to punish him, or he has his own sect now following him. Going back to our theory about the intro helmet, I think it would be great if Gideon managed to get some of the exiled Mandalorians to follow him, and he may end up becoming a leader of them. That helmet might belong to him, and I think that would be a really interesting way to take the character in the future. Overall, this was a really action-packed episode, especially that last 20 minutes blew me away, but the build-up to it was a bit all over the place. You're constantly jumping back and forth, and I'm not sure the New Republic parts of this show are working all that well. Though I enjoyed the Dr. Pershing sections, I think when you're spending 15 minutes just going to an officer and being like, can I do this? And they're like, no. And they're like, well, I'm going to do it anyway. It does kind of waste time a bit. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below, as it's Star Wars and everyone has their own opinions. Now, as for the leaks part of the video, doing a kind of leaks section, because some of the stuff that we'll talk about has been said by the people behind the show, but there's also things that are like spoiling stuff if they're true. There might not be, but full spoilers ahead for what could happen with Grogu down the line. So if you don't want to know, push that like button on your way out, and I'll see you next week. You still here? Right. So we know that Bryce Dallas Howard will be directing the next episode. There's also been lots of interviews from the stunt coordinators about what could be coming. They've said that Mando and Bo have a little dozy-do, which is both physical and also verbal. Now this could refer to a number of things, and people have been going back and forth over whether it's a fight or if it's flirting, or both. However, I'm leaning more towards it being a fight, with the pair going back and forth over what the best course to take Mandalore is. Bo very much has vengeance in her heart because of all that she's been through, whereas Mando's the reluctant leader who doesn't really know what to do. It adds this interesting contrast I think will make for a potential conflict down the line. Now we also have rumours that Grogu will be getting his own armour soon, and that this will in fact be made out of IG-11. Not sure how legit that is, but according to the leaks, the droid will also act as an in-helmet Jarvis that guides him and gives him points on what strategies to take in combat. So it sounds a bit weird, but it might be good if they pull it off, and that's pretty much everything that's been said about what's potentially coming down the line. Again, yeah, take it with a pinch of salt. If Grogu doesn't show up in IG-11's armour, mate, I don't want to see my thumbs down suddenly shoot through the roof. I'm telling you, this is just what's been said. It's on the internet, and yeah, let me know your thoughts below if you stuck around until this part of the video. As always, thank you for rocking with me until this point, and hopefully I see you back next week for more Mandalorian breakdowns. We are running a competition right now, giving away the Superman 4K box set to 3 subscribers on the 15th of April, and all you have to do to be on the chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the episode. We pick the comments out random on the 15th, and the winners of the last one are on screen right now, so that's you, then message me on Twitter at Heavy Spoilers. If you want something else to watch, then check out our breakdown of the ending of John Wick 4, which will be linked on screen right now. Brilliant film, everyone's loved it, I thought it was fantastic. I'll see you next time. You take care of yourself, peace.